Now there are two options: nothingness and narcissism. These are the only two options. Narcissism is when you try to fill in the void that was left in the wake of religion and its spawned institutions. Because rationality failed to provide a total solution. Failed. And it failed for good reason, which Kurt Gödel, the logician, mathematician, I mean, he pointed out that rationality, by definition, can never be complete and can never be true. So rationality had failed as a total solution, and it left an enormous void. And now people face two choices. The first solution is to say, okay, I will become my own source of meaning. I will eliminate the void inside myself by rendering myself the frame of reference. That I will become my own total solution. I will establish internal institutions, internal objects. I will conduct internal dialogues. I will become self-sufficient with the aid of technology. So that's it. I will not need anyone. And this is solution number one, and it's known as narcissism. And solution number two is nothingness. Nothingness is a hell of a lot more difficult. It was first described in the West, first described essentially by Heidegger and then Sartre. Sartre called an element of nothingness, authenticity. It simply means that you treat yourself like an onion. Onion has layers. You begin to remove the layers. You say, this belief that I have, is it really mine, or did it come from my mother? Came from my mother? The hell with it, I'm discarding it. Yeah. This behavior that I have, is it mine, or am I imitating someone? Oh, I'm imitating someone. F that. I'm getting rid of this behavior. This, what appears to be a trait of mine, is it really a trait? Or is it peer pressure? Wait a minute. If I remove all my friends in my imagination, will I still behave this way? No. Then forget this behavior. I'm never behaving this way again. And so you peel the onion. You peel the onion, layer by layer by layer. You become authentic. What is left after you get rid of all the layers? The smell of the onion. The smell of the onion lingers. That's who you are. Not the layers, the smell. This is your essence. This is who you really are. And yes, when you remove all the layers, you minimize yourself. No question. It's the opposite of narcissism. It's the antidote to narcissism, because in narcissism, you expand to become the universe. We call this process in psychosis hyperreflexivity. Psychotics do this. Psychotics believe that they are the world. If they have an internal voice, they think it's external, because the psychotic says, I am the world. My internal voices are out there. They're in reality. They are reality. Narcissists do the same. They expand to become the universe. Nothingness, which is the principle I'm working on now, is exactly the opposite. It's becoming the Big Bang. It's becoming the infinitesimal point, the point that has no dimensions. And that point is you. After you had removed all the layers of society, socialization, your mother, your father, your teacher, your ex-wife, your future wife, your current wife, after you remove all these peers, media, influences of media, influences of social media, you remove, and it's a lot of work. You remove and remove and remove. And suddenly, here's you. You're there. That's you. That's you. Take it or leave it. You take it, you henceforth will maintain an authentic life. Your core will be unbreakable and 1000% resilient. There will be no influences from the outside ever. It doesn't mean you will not collaborate with people. On the contrary, it will make you much more sociable and social, because you will not be afraid of contamination, of undue influences, of manipulation. You will not be a conspiracy theorist, because you will know yourself. What is it all about? Go back 2,000 years. Know thyself, 2,500 years. Know thyself. Know thyself. Not Vaknin, the ancient Greeks. You know? And this is the antidote to narcissism. But how many people can embark on such a project? I'm asking you. Not many. Maybe a few saints, maybe a few true gurus, the ones you don't see on YouTube. I don't know. It's enlightenment. This is the essence of enlightenment. It's not ego death. It's not ego death.
Yeah.
Because ego death is a Western distortion by con artists of Eastern mysticism and so on. It's not ego death. It's actually the opposite. It's strengthening your ego. It's defining clearly and unambiguously what your ego is. Not what others tell you it is, but what it is really. Getting in touch with your essence totally. And that is enlightenment, of course.